Introduction. Stop telling people what's going on in your life. Welcome everyone. Today, I want to talk about something that might just change the way you think about success, fulfillment, and the journey of personal growth. You see, so many of us have been conditioned to share everything, to seek approval, validation, and reassurance from the world around us. We live in a time where privacy has almost become obsolete, where every moment, every milestone, and every challenge is put on display for others to see. But I want to challenge you today to think differently, to consider that maybe, just maybe, there's another way, a way that empowers you rather than depletes you. Today, I want to talk about the power of privacy, of going inward, of building strength and purpose quietly and intentionally. I want you to imagine a life where you're no longer seeking approval from others, where you're no longer influenced by the opinions, judgments, or expectations of those around you. Instead, imagine a life where you're grounded, focused, and clear about who you are and where you're going without needing anyone else to validate that path. How liberating would that be? Because the truth is, every time you share a dream, a goal, or a challenge with others, you're giving away a little bit of your power. You're inviting in outside opinions, energy, and influence that can easily cloud your vision and weaken your resolve. Let me tell you something Tony Robbins often says: where focus goes, protect it from the elements and give it time and space to develop strong roots. Your dreams and goals are no different. They need privacy, protection, and care to grow. And once they're strong, then, and only then, do you share them, but not before. Why? Because your dreams and goals deserve the chance to take shape without the weight of outside judgment or criticism. What if I told you that by keeping things private, you could unlock a new level of confidence and clarity? You could break free from the constant cycle of validation seeking that holds so many people back. When you stop telling everyone what's going on in your life, you start reclaiming your power. You start building a life that is deeply fulfilling because it's yours, not crafted to meet anyone else's expectations or approval. This isn't about isolation, it's about strength. It's about taking control of your own journey and nurturing a relationship with yourself that's solid, unshakable, and unbreakable. It's about understanding that your life is yours to live, and not everything needs to be shared or justified to others. So today I challenge you to try a new approach. Stop sharing every step of the journey. Choose silence and intentional action over external validation. Take that energy and pour it into your dreams, your goals, your personal growth. Let's tap into the power of privacy and use it to propel us to new heights. Remember, your life is your masterpiece. Don't let others paint on your canvas. Chapter 1: The Power of Silence. In today's world, silence is an overlooked superpower. We live in a time where sharing every single moment, every thought, every feeling, has become not just common but expected. Our feeds are flooded with highlights, lowlights, and every moment in between. And what happens when we constantly share every detail of our lives? We spread ourselves thin, giving away tiny pieces of our energy, our attention, and our essence to anyone and everyone. And here's the thing: if you're giving all of that away, what's left for you? The answer is silence. Silence is strength. Silence is power. Silence is about holding back, conserving your energy, and keeping some things for yourself. When you choose silence over constant sharing, you're making a choice to protect your inner resources, to guard your vision, and to keep your dreams safe from unnecessary interference. Think about this. A seed doesn't grow by constantly being pulled out of the soil to show people how it's doing. No. It grows deep in the soil, protected, nurtured, and undisturbed. Only when it's strong enough does it break through the surface to reveal itself to the world. Silence isn't emptiness, it's potential. Every time you choose not to share, you're actually gathering strength. You're taking all that energy you might have given away and redirecting it back into yourself. Silence creates a reservoir of power inside you. It allows you to build resilience, to grow from within, and to become someone who doesn't need validation from others to feel good. And let me tell you, that's freedom. That's real confidence. Now, I'm not saying to never share. There's power in sharing at the right time. But most people make the mistake of sharing too soon, sharing when their dreams and goals are still fragile, still in the early stages of development. Imagine sharing a new idea or plan with someone who isn't supportive, who doesn't see your vision. All it takes is one look, one negative comment, 1 ounce of doubt to plant a seed in your mind, a seed of insecurity. That's what happens when we don't keep parts of our lives sacred. Silence isn't just about holding back, it's about intentionally creating space. In that space you align with your purpose. You allow yourself to connect with your core without the distraction of outside opinions. And when you do this, something powerful happens. You become self-reliant. You start to realize that you don't need the validation, approval, or understanding of others to move forward. This is the essence of true independence. Knowing you're enough, that your vision is worth pursuing, even if it's just between you and yourself. Think of all the great leaders, thinkers, and creators throughout history. They didn't achieve greatness by broadcasting their every move. They did it by retreating into their work, by protecting their vision, by letting their ideas mature in silence. Silence is the space where greatness grows. It's the soil that allows your purpose to take root, without being shaken by the storms of other people's opinions. So the next time you feel the urge to share every detail, pause. Take a breath. Ask yourself, is this something that serves me to share, or am I just seeking validation? Instead of giving away your energy, channel it into actions, into quiet growth, into becoming stronger, clearer, and more grounded in who you are. Silence is a gift you give to yourself. It's the commitment to nurture your dreams with patience and intention, knowing that, like a powerful tree, your life will bear fruit in time. And when that time comes, when you're ready to share your success, your growth, and your purpose with the world, you'll do it from a place of strength. Because you've taken the time to let it grow, unshaken, in the fertile ground of silence. Chapter 2. Privacy as a tool for clarity. Clarity is one of the most powerful forces we can harness. Clarity gives us purpose, direction, and focus. But here's the catch: clarity doesn't thrive in chaos. Clarity doesn't appear when your mind is cluttered with the noise of everyone else's opinions, expectations, and judgments. If you're constantly revealing every detail of your life, then you're inviting other people's perspectives into your decisions, your dreams, and your direction. And when that happens, your vision becomes diluted, your path becomes hazy, and you lose sight of what's truly important to you. Privacy, on the other hand, is like a protective shield. When you hold parts of your life back, when you keep your goals, dreams, and even your struggles close to your chest, you're creating a quiet space where clarity can actually take root. Privacy isn't about secrecy. It's about giving yourself the gift of quiet, the space to see things as they truly are without anyone else's influence. It's about choosing to protect your inner world so you can tune into what you genuinely want, feel, and believe. And in that stillness, you begin to hear your own voice clearly for the first time. Think of privacy like a personal sanctuary. It's a space that's yours and yours alone. In this sanctuary, you can reflect deeply on what matters to you without the need to justify, explain, or validate your choices to anyone else. You're free to dig into your thoughts, to explore your ideas, and to wrestle with your doubts in a way that is unfiltered and authentic. You don't have to worry about what others think or whether they'll approve. And this allows you to gain clarity from a place of honesty, which is something most people rarely experience. When you choose privacy, you're removing the pressure to conform to what others expect. Too often people share prematurely, and what happens? They're met with opinions that may not align with their vision, with advice that's more reflective of other people's fears and insecurities than of your true path. And suddenly you're second-guessing yourself. You start to question your own instincts and lose sight of what you initially felt so strongly about. By keeping your journey private, you shield yourself from these distractions, allowing your vision to crystallize before it faces any outside influence. Privacy gives you the freedom to evolve and grow on your own terms. It allows you to make mistakes, to learn, and to adapt without feeling the weight of judgment. You get to chart your own path and create your own process. In this private space, clarity isn't forced. It emerges naturally. It's like water finding its level. You allow your thoughts to settle, and eventually, you begin to see clearly what was muddled before. It's here, in the privacy of your own mind, that you start to understand who you really are and what you truly want. Clarity requires solitude. Look at all the great thinkers, visionaries, and leaders throughout history. They didn't make breakthroughs in noisy, chaotic environments. They did it in solitude, often in complete isolation from the pressures of society. That solitude was their sanctuary. They understood that to make clear, decisive choices, they had to be free from the interference of the world around them. They guarded their privacy so they could connect with the truth of their vision, and that's why they succeeded. Privacy is more than just a personal boundary, it's a commitment to yourself. It's a decision to say, I trust myself enough to go within, to seek answers inside rather than constantly looking outside. And the more you do this, the more you cultivate self-trust. You stop needing to check in with others before making a move. You stop looking for approval and instead seek alignment with your own purpose. This is the kind of clarity that moves mountains, the kind that gives you unshakable confidence. So, as you go forward, remember this: privacy is not isolation. It's liberation. It's a tool that allows you to connect deeply with your own truth, a truth that isn't muddled by outside voices. Embrace privacy as a gift, as a sacred space for self-reflection, as a tool for finding clarity in a world that constantly tries to pull you in every direction but your own. Guard your privacy fiercely, and let it be the place where clarity emerges, guiding you, inspiring you, and giving you the strength to move boldly forward. Chapter 3: The Power of Focused Energy. Let's talk about one of the greatest sources of power you have at your fingertips: focused energy. Focused energy is that unbreakable, unstoppable drive that builds when you stop giving away your power through endless explanations and justifications. When you stop talking about your dreams and start working on them, your energy shifts in a profound way. You go from being a person who's just thinking and talking to someone who's creating results. And let me tell you, results are unstoppable. Results don't need validation. Results speak for themselves. Think of your energy as a finite resource. Every time you explain your goals to someone, every time you share your plans or seek approval, you're giving away a small part of that resource. Imagine a laser beam. A laser only works when its energy is focused, when every particle of light is concentrated on a single point. That's the kind of energy you need if you're serious about achieving your dreams. When your energy is scattered, it loses its strength. But when it's laser-focused, it becomes capable of cutting through any obstacle, any challenge, any doubt. Most people dissipate their energy without realizing it. They spend more time talking about what they're going to do than actually doing it. They seek approval, feedback, and reassurance, hoping others will validate their dreams. And here's the truth: the more you explain, the less power you have left for execution. Talking about your plans doesn't make them real. Taking action does. Action is what builds momentum, not conversation. Every minute you spend explaining is a minute you could be using to build, to grow, to create results. Imagine if you poured all your energy into doing instead of talking. Imagine waking up every day not needing to explain yourself, not needing to justify your choices, but simply focusing on what needs to be done. That kind of focus creates results. Results are powerful because they're undeniable. They don't need justification. When you produce results, people see what you're capable of. You don't need to explain yourself because the outcome of your focused energy speaks louder than words ever could. This doesn't mean you shouldn't share your vision, but do it on your terms, when the time is right, when your goals are strong and your actions have built momentum. Share your successes, your achievements, and the lessons you've learned after you've made progress. When you hold back from premature sharing, you're conserving your energy for what really matters: creating the life you want. The most powerful individuals aren't the ones who talk the most. They're the ones who act the most. When you stop broadcasting your plans and instead focus all that energy on making them happen, you're aligning yourself with a force of nature. Momentum. Momentum is what happens when you take one step forward, then another, without interruption, without distraction. And once you've built up that kind of momentum, nothing can stop you. So here's a challenge: redirect your energy. Every time you feel the urge to talk about your plans, stop and ask yourself, is this energy better spent taking action? And if the answer is yes, then focus on that action. Commit to it fully. Pour yourself into it. When you're working from a place of focused energy, you're no longer waiting for permission or validation. You're not seeking approval because you're fully committed to your own success. By keeping your dreams close to your heart, you shift from seeking external support to building internal strength. And that strength, that focused energy, is the fuel that will drive you forward regardless of obstacles, doubts, or distractions. Sanctuary where you can experiment, explore, and expand without the eyes of the world watching. And this freedom is essential for growth. If you're constantly looking over your shoulder, wondering what others think, you're not going to take the bold actions that lead to transformation. You're not going to step into your fullest potential because you're too busy playing it safe, staying within the limits of what's acceptable to others. Imagine a world where you didn't care about judgment. Imagine having the courage to pursue your wildest dreams, to make mistakes, to try new things, all without worrying about what others might say. When you choose privacy, you give yourself that world. You create a space where you can hear your voice, not the noise of everyone else's opinions. And in that space you start to see things clearly. You see who you really are, what you truly want, and what you're capable of achieving. Privacy allows you to build confidence from within, a confidence that doesn't depend on the approval of others. Think about it. Every time you make a decision without needing to justify it, you're strengthening your relationship with yourself. You're saying, I trust my instincts, I trust my vision, and I'm willing to follow my path, even if others don't understand. That's true empowerment. And over time, this internal strength grows. You become someone who is self-reliant, someone who can stand alone if necessary because you know your worth isn't tied to anyone else's opinion. Letting go of the need for approval is one of the greatest acts of courage you can take. Yes, it takes courage to walk your path privately, to keep certain things to yourself, and to guard your journey from outside influence. But in that courage, you find a freedom that most people never experience. You're no longer playing by the rules others have set. You're living a life that's authentic, grounded in your own values, and aligned with your own goals. When you free yourself from judgment, you're giving yourself the opportunity to grow in ways you can't even imagine. You allow yourself to take risks, to fail forward, and to discover strengths you didn't know you had. You stop hiding parts of yourself for the comfort of others, and instead, you embrace the fullness of who you are. So make the choice today to protect your journey. Guard it fiercely. Create a private space where you can grow, experiment, and expand without the weight of judgment. Remember, you don't need anyone's approval to become the person you're meant to be. Privacy is your sanctuary, your source of strength, and your gateway to a life of freedom and fulfillment. Embrace it and watch as you begin to grow, not into the person others think you should be, but into the person you know you were born to become. Chapter 5. Confidence without validation. Confidence without validation. This is one of the most powerful, liberating forces you can experience in your life. Real confidence doesn't need applause. It doesn't rely on likes, approval, or praise. It comes from something deep inside, something that no one else can give you and, just as importantly, no one else can take away. When you reach a place where your self-belief is strong enough to exist without outside validation, you've tapped into a source of power that will carry you through anything. Too often, people think confidence is something you get from others. They believe that if enough people support them, praise them, or acknowledge them, then they'll feel good about themselves. But here's the truth. The more you depend on external validation, the weaker your inner confidence becomes. Every time you share something personal in search of approval, every time you wait for someone else to tell you that you're on the right path, you're feeding your insecurity rather than your confidence. You're saying, I need you to believe in me so that I can believe in myself. And that dependency is fragile. Because the moment someone doubts you or criticizes you, your confidence crumbles. But imagine if you could break free from that need. Imagine building a confidence so strong, so rooted in your own beliefs and values, that you didn't need anyone else to tell you that you're good enough. This is the kind of confidence that comes from within, from a place of self-trust and self-acceptance. And one of the quickest ways to build this kind of confidence is by choosing privacy, by holding parts of your journey back from the world and nurturing them in solitude. When you stop seeking validation, you're left with only one opinion that matters: your own. Think about it. If you didn't need anyone's approval, what would you be capable of? If you didn't seek reassurance, how much faster could you move forward? When you keep your journey to yourself, you're giving yourself the space to develop your own beliefs and decisions without the noise of outside opinions. You're free to make mistakes, learn from them, and grow at your own pace. You're no longer weighed down by the need to explain yourself or gain acceptance from others. Instead, you're learning to accept yourself, and that's where real confidence comes from. Confidence without validation is the kind of confidence that lets you take risks. It's the kind that says, I'm going to pursue this because I believe in it, even if no one else does. And that's the kind of confidence that creates authentic success. Because when you're not chasing approval, you're free to chase your true goals. You're not trying to live up to someone else's expectations. You're following your own path, driven by your own vision. When you stop broadcasting every detail of your journey, you're preserving your energy and building resilience. You're teaching yourself that your worth doesn't depend on what others think. You're learning to trust your intuition, to listen to that inner voice, and to follow it without hesitation. And let me tell you, that's a priceless skill. Because life will test you. It will throw challenges your way, and there will be moments when no one believes in you, moments when others doubt you or criticize you. But if your confidence comes from within, you'll have the strength to keep going regardless of what anyone else thinks. This isn't about shutting people out or refusing to accept feedback. It's about building a foundation of self-trust so strong that external opinions are just that, opinions. They don't define you, they don't control you, and they certainly don't limit you. Confidence without validation is a quiet strength, a fire that burns within you, fueled not by praise but by a deep sense of purpose and self-belief. So here's the challenge: stop looking outside for permission to be great. Stop sharing every detail in the hope that someone will tell you you're on the right path. Start trusting yourself. Start listening to your own intuition and following it. The more you do this, the stronger your inner confidence will become. And soon you'll realize that you don't need validation because you already have everything you need inside of you. Confidence is not a gift others can give you. It's something you build day by day by making choices that align with your values and your vision. By choosing privacy, by holding back parts of your journey, you're giving yourself the freedom to develop that confidence. You're saying, I am enough. My belief in myself is enough. And when you reach that place, you'll be unstoppable. So trust yourself. Trust your journey. Know that the only validation you need is your own. When you build confidence from within, you're creating a foundation of strength that no one else can shake. And with that kind of confidence, there's nothing you can't achieve. Chapter 6. Protecting your goals. Your goals are sacred. They are the seeds of your future, the blueprint of the life you want to create. But here's the thing: those seeds need protection. They need a nurturing environment, a safe space where they can grow without being trampled by doubt, negativity, or criticism. When you share your goals prematurely, you risk exposing them to forces that could derail you before you even begin. So many people let their dreams wither because they talk about them too soon, letting the world's skepticism, fear, and judgment seep into their vision. But you're different. You're here to protect your goals until they are ready to stand strong. Imagine a young sapling. It's fragile, it's delicate, and it needs time to take root. You wouldn't plant that sapling in an open field during a storm. You'd shelter it, shield it, nurture it until it's strong enough to face the elements. Your goals are the same. In their early stages, they're vulnerable. They need to be nourished by your belief, your commitment, and your focus. They don't need the weight of everyone's opinions pulling them down. And that's where the power of keeping your goals private comes in. Privacy allows your dreams to grow stronger in a protected space, away from the harsh winds of doubt. Every time you share your goals, you open them up to other people's energy, positive or negative. And if you're not careful, the negativity can seep into your own mind, clouding your vision and making you question yourself. Protecting your goals means you're safeguarding your mental space, allowing yourself to stay focused on what matters without the noise. You don't need everyone's approval. You don't need their permission. You only need your own commitment and the focus to see it through. By keeping your goals close, you create a bond with them that goes beyond superficial words. You become intimately connected to your vision because it's something you've chosen to protect. You're not looking for validation, you're building inner conviction. And here's the beauty of that conviction: it's unbreakable. When you're fully committed to your goals from within, no amount of criticism or negativity can shake you. You know what you're doing, you know why it matters, and that knowledge is a source of immense strength. Some people feel that sharing their goals will help them stay accountable, but in reality, it often does the opposite. Prematurely sharing your dreams can make you feel as though you've already achieved something when in fact you've only talked about it. Talking about your goals can create a false sense of accomplishment that can drain your motivation. Real accountability comes from within, from the promise you make to yourself. When you protect your goals, you're reinforcing that promise, strengthening your commitment to take action day after day. And when the time is right, when your goals have grown strong, when they're rooted deeply in your heart and mind, that's when you can reveal them to the world. By then, they won't be fragile ideas vulnerable to the opinions of others. They'll be firm, unshakable realities, powered by the momentum you've built. You'll be able to share them confidently, not because you need validation, but because you've already started creating results. Think of your goals as a powerful force waiting to be unleashed. By protecting them, by keeping them close, you're building energy, focus, and resilience. You're allowing yourself to put in the hard work, the quiet hours, the unglamorous steps that lead to success. And when you finally bring your goals to light, they'll be ready. They'll be strong, resilient, and capable of standing on their own, regardless of who approves or disapproves. So take a moment to ask yourself, are you willing to protect your goals? Are you willing to guard them fiercely, to keep them close to your heart until they're ready to thrive? Because when you make that choice, you're doing more than protecting an idea. You're building a foundation of confidence, focus, and commitment that will carry you through any challenge. You're becoming someone who doesn't just dream but delivers, not because the world approves but because you're driven by something greater. In the end, protecting your goals is about honoring your vision and respecting your journey. It's about saying, this is important to me and I'm going to do whatever it takes to bring it to life. And when you operate from that place of inner conviction, there's nothing you can't achieve. Your goals are your sacred blueprint. Protect them, nurture them, and when they're ready, unleash them with the full force of your commitment. That's how you turn dreams into reality. Chapter 7: Building Strength in Solitude. In our world today, solitude is often misunderstood. People see it as loneliness, isolation, or even weakness. But let me tell you something, true strength is born in solitude. When you stop constantly seeking validation and sharing every detail of your life with the world, you give yourself the greatest gift you can receive, the space to truly connect with yourself. Solitude isn't about being alone. It's about learning to stand firm in your own power, to build your inner resilience, and to cultivate a life that is deeply rooted in purpose. You see, solitude is where you discover who you really are. It's in these quiet moments that you can shed the expectations and opinions of others. Without external noise, you can finally hear the voice inside of you, the voice that knows exactly who you are and what you need to do. In solitude, you learn to rely on yourself, to trust your instincts, and to believe that you have everything within you to create the life you desire. When you stop constantly sharing and seeking approval, you tap into a well of strength that is untouchable by the world around you. Think about the greatest leaders, the most successful people, the ones who have made an impact. They didn't get there by following the crowd. They didn't get there by constantly explaining themselves, justifying their actions, or seeking validation from others. They got there by building strength in solitude. They took time to retreat from the noise and focus on their purpose. They invested in their personal growth, in understanding who they truly are and what they truly want. And in that solitude, they built the resilience and self-belief needed to navigate the inevitable challenges life throws at them. Solitude isn't about running away from the world or hiding from challenges. It's about creating a safe, sacred space where you can gather the strength you need to face life with clarity and confidence. It's in solitude that you get to do the deep work. It's where you can reflect on your decisions, confront your fears, and make changes that align with your true self. It's the foundation for building an unshakable belief in your own ability to handle whatever comes your way. Now, let's be clear. Solitude is not the same as isolation. Isolation comes from fear, from avoidance, and from not wanting to confront the truths about yourself. But solitude is intentional. It's a conscious decision to step back, to recharge, and to focus solely on your own growth and purpose. It's not about running away from life. It's about coming back to life with more power, more focus, and more clarity. When you make solitude a regular part of your life, you're actively choosing to invest in your future. You're choosing to spend time building a relationship with yourself, strengthening your inner resolve, and setting the stage for future success. In those moments of solitude, you build something invaluable: resilience. Resilience is the ability to rise above challenges, to keep going when the world tries to pull you down, to stay true to your path no matter the external circumstances. And resilience is born when you give yourself the time and space to develop it. It's when you are alone with your thoughts, confronting your own doubts and fears, that you build the courage to face the world. When you embrace solitude, you become the master of your own mind. You learn to listen to your inner voice, not the voices of doubt, fear, or criticism. You develop the belief that you are capable of creating the life you desire, no matter what anyone else thinks. And with that belief comes a quiet, unshakable confidence that the world cannot disrupt. So, let me ask you, are you ready to embrace the power of solitude? Are you ready to step away from the noise and distractions and build the strength that only comes from within? When you do, you'll discover a resilience, clarity, and purpose that no external influence can touch. Solitude isn't a weakness, it's the foundation for an extraordinary life. And by making solitude your ally, you're setting yourself up for a future built on inner strength, unbreakable confidence, and the unwavering belief that you can achieve anything you set your mind to. Chapter 8. The Joy of Personal Growth. Personal growth is one of the most beautiful and transformative experiences you can have in life. It's a journey, not a destination. It's about constantly evolving, learning, and becoming the best version of yourself. But here's the thing, growth is deeply personal. It's a quiet process that thrives in privacy, away from the eyes of the world. When you allow your growth to unfold without the pressure of validation, you unlock something extraordinary, the pure, unfiltered joy of becoming. So many people today are caught in the trap of sharing every step of their personal journey. They broadcast their every change, every victory, every milestone, hoping for approval, praise, or recognition. But what they fail to realize is that this constant seeking of external validation robs them of the true essence of growth. Growth is about process, not perfection. It's about evolving, not performing. And to experience this transformation fully, you need to give yourself the space to grow without the need for applause. When you keep your growth journey private, you allow yourself to change on your own terms. You give yourself permission to experiment, to fail, and to rise again. You don't have to worry about what others will think if you stumble or fall. You don't need to explain yourself or justify your progress. This is your personal evolution, and it's sacred. It's a process that needs room to breathe, to be messy, to be imperfect. And when you allow yourself this freedom, you experience the purest form of joy, the joy that comes from seeing your own transformation, from realizing how far you've come, and from knowing that it was all driven by your own effort and commitment. The temptation to seek validation, to share every detail in hopes of being seen or approved, is strong. But it distracts you from the true purpose of growth. When you focus on the journey itself, on the small, incremental steps you take each day, you begin to appreciate the power of progress. Growth is not about the end result. It's about who you become in the process. It's about what you learn, how you rise from adversity, and how you continuously evolve into the best version of yourself. And let me tell you this, the joy of personal growth doesn't come from what others think or say. It comes from within. It comes from the satisfaction of knowing that you're on the path to becoming your true self. It's in those quiet moments when no one is watching that the most powerful changes happen. It's when you keep your growth to yourself that you are free from the judgment of others and can focus solely on your own progress. This is the space where you can let go of any doubts, fears, or insecurities and truly embrace the journey. True growth is about self-mastery. It's about learning to master your thoughts, your emotions, your actions. It's about realizing that you are the creator of your own life, and that every choice you make leads you closer to your fullest potential. And when you experience this growth in silence, without the pressure to share, to prove, or to seek approval, you create a deeper, more authentic connection with yourself. You see yourself not just as someone striving to achieve external success, but as someone who is becoming more aligned with their true purpose. The beauty of this silent evolution is that it becomes a gift you give to yourself. It's an investment in your own becoming. No one else can walk this path for you. No one else can feel the joy of your progress the way you can. So take the time to cultivate your growth in peace. Allow yourself the space to evolve, to learn, to stumble, and to rise again. And here's the secret: the joy of growth is limitless. The more you grow, the more you realize how much more is possible. You uncover new depths of potential within yourself that you didn't even know existed. The journey itself becomes the reward, and as you continue, you see that the more you grow, the more joy, fulfillment, and success naturally flow into your life. So let your growth be a quiet, powerful force. Keep it private, nurture it, and allow it to evolve on its own. When you do, you'll experience the true joy of becoming the person you were always meant to be, and that is the most rewarding journey you will ever embark on. Chapter 9: Becoming Unpredictable. There is a hidden power in unpredictability, an energy that creates intrigue, respect, and admiration. In a world where everyone is broadcasting every detail of their lives, there is something magnetic about a person who chooses to remain a bit mysterious. Let me tell you, the moment you stop revealing every move, every thought, every detail about your life, you unlock an entirely new level of power. You transform from being just another person in the crowd into someone who commands attention and curiosity. Why? Because people who constantly share their lives, their plans, and their every move become predictable. They no longer hold any element of surprise. They become too easy to figure out. And once people can predict your every move, they lose interest. They lose the respect that comes from mystery. But when you keep parts of your life private, when you don't lay everything out there for the world to dissect, you become someone who is unpredictable, and unpredictability is a form of power. Think about the most compelling people you know. What do they have in common? They're not open books. They're not giving you the answers before you ask the questions. Instead, they keep you on your toes. They keep you guessing. They add a layer of mystery that draws you in and makes you want to learn more. This unpredictability makes them interesting. It makes them magnetic. You can't quite figure them out, and that's what makes them intriguing. When you stop broadcasting your every thought and action, you remove the predictability from your life. You create space for curiosity, for people to wonder what you're thinking, what you're planning next, and where you're headed. This is not about being deceptive or secretive, it's about adding depth to your persona. Depth creates a sense of mystery. It's like reading a great book that keeps you turning the pages, always wanting to know what happens next. When you share too much, people lose the drive to discover. They know too much already. And when people can't predict you, they respect you. Why? Because you are no longer giving away your power. Your energy is concentrated in your actions, in your decisions, and in your ability to create without asking for permission or approval. You don't need validation. You don't need to show everyone what you're doing. You're building something that's bigger than their expectations, something that speaks for itself when the time is right. But unpredictability isn't just about keeping others on their toes, it's also about maintaining your own edge. It's about retaining control over your own narrative. When you share too much, you risk losing control over how others perceive you. They begin to make assumptions, create labels, and form judgments. But when you choose to keep certain aspects of your life private, you keep the narrative in your hands. You don't let others define you. You define yourself on your own terms. You build a persona of mystery and strength that no one can easily decipher. The truth is, unpredictability is one of the most powerful tools you have at your disposal. It adds an air of excitement to your life. It keeps people's attention. It creates a sense of respect because you become someone who is always evolving, always moving in ways that others can't predict. And when you do reveal something, when you do share a part of your life, it lands with more impact because it hasn't been diluted by overexposure. So stop giving away your next move. Stop sharing every thought, every plan, every emotion. Keep some parts of your life just for you. Be unpredictable. Be the person who surprises people, who challenges their assumptions, who keeps them wanting more. That is the power of mystery. That is the power of unpredictability. And when you embrace this power, you become a force to be reckoned with. Someone who commands attention, respect, and admiration. And in the end, that's the kind of person who can truly create lasting change, inspire greatness, and live life on their own terms. Chapter 10. Revealing with Purpose. The final secret to maintaining your power, your energy, and your sense of self is knowing when and how to reveal parts of your life, and doing so with purpose. Far too many people share their personal stories, thoughts, and struggles without considering the impact it has on themselves or others. It becomes a way to seek attention, validation, or external approval. But real power comes when you share with intention, with purpose, and with clarity of your goals. When you reveal yourself with purpose, you take control of your narrative. You decide when, where, and how you will open up to others. You don't let the world dictate your story. You don't let your life be an open book that everyone can skim through, marking judgments along the way. Instead, you write your own story and choose the chapters that deserve to be shared. You choose to reveal what aligns with your vision, your purpose, and your desire to add value, not just for the sake of attention. Purpose-driven sharing is a conscious act. It's about offering the right parts of your journey to the world at the right time. When you do this, you maintain control over your energy. You don't let people's expectations or judgments drain your strength. Instead, you share to uplift, to inspire, to make an impact. You don't need to broadcast every detail of your life. You share the parts that matter, the parts that will help others grow, and the parts that will inspire them to take action. You share selectively with intention and focus, and in doing so, you create a space where your personal power can flourish. Think about the greatest leaders and visionaries. They are masters of revealing with purpose. They know when to share their vision, their struggles, their victories, and their insights. They don't do it to seek validation. They do it to inspire action, to motivate others, to lift people up. They reveal parts of their journey that will move people, that will change lives, that will plant seeds of growth in others. And when they do it from a place of strength, not weakness. They are rooted in their own purpose, and their sharing flows from that inner clarity. Revealing with purpose is not about self-promotion. It's not about seeking recognition or praise. It's about sharing your story in a way that will resonate with others and guide them toward their own breakthroughs. When you reveal with purpose, you are offering others the gift of your experience, your lessons, and your growth. You are showing them what's possible, helping them see that they too can overcome, evolve, and thrive. But here's the key: when you reveal yourself purposefully, you stay grounded. You stay true to your path. You don't lose yourself in the pursuit of approval. You don't bend to the will of external influences. You remain aligned with your goals, your values, and your vision. This kind of mindful sharing strengthens you, because it is rooted in your own sense of purpose. When you reveal selectively, you don't dilute your energy by overexposure. You conserve your power and release it only when it will have the greatest impact. You choose to reveal yourself only when it adds value to others or propels you forward on your journey. And by doing so, you amplify your influence and create deeper connections that are rooted in authenticity, not superficiality. So, as you move forward in your life, remember this: revealing with purpose is a tool for growth, power, and impact. It allows you to control your narrative, to stay true to your path, and to create a ripple effect of positivity in the lives of others. You don't need to broadcast your every move. What you do need is the courage and clarity to reveal with intention, to share your truth in a way that adds value, inspires action, and makes a real difference. And in doing so, you'll not only elevate others, but you'll elevate yourself.